Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Who Invited Her. We are San Diego's LGBTQ pop culture podcast. I am your host, Tony, and I'm here with my other host.
I'm hungover.
We all are hungover.
I'm Daddy Bear Eric.
Yes, we are here for another week. We were gone last week because I got sick. I got strep throat, so we took the weekend off.
Gonorrhea.
I thought
Shut
it was
up.
syphilis.
It's gonorrhea.
Chlamydia. And we have a guest today. Well, not really a guest. It's like siblings. My twin brother's here today. Manny's here all the way from New York. He is visiting San Diego, so I made him do the podcast with me.
I'm
Excited.
I thought I was just so drunk I was seeing two of you.
Oh, get all those jokes out. Yes, my brother Manny is here from New York, so he's visiting. You haven't been on the show since season 1.
No, I have not. You
Yeah.
asked me back.
No, there was reasons for that.
I get
She
it.
was horrible. No, I'm kidding.
I hate you.
But now he's living in New York and working on Broadway.
Yep.
Tell everybody
Sure
what
am.
you're doing on Broadway.
I work at Second Stage,
And for people not in New York, Second Stage is like one of the big Broadway houses,
yeah.
right?
So there are 4 nonprofit theater Broadway houses, and Second Stage is one of them. There's Lincoln Center, Manhattan Theater Club, Roundabout, and then Second Stage.
Yeah, and you're at Second Stage.
I am.
Which I am so proud because when I was in New York, Manny's like, that's my office. And I'm like, your office is in Times Square. This is ridiculous.
The shithole of Manhattan.
It
I
is.
hate Times Square.
know.
No, Second Stage is great. Dear Evan Hansen started there.
Yeah.
Next to Normal started there. Spelling Bee. There's a
And Next to
list.
Normal won the Tony and the Pulitzer.
Yes.
And then Evan Hansen won the Tony too, didn't he?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
And Water, I think Water by the Spoonful started there, which won the Pulitzer as well.
Yeah.
So it's a great theater. It's a
Yeah.
good theater. I am their director of HR, Equity, Diversity, Inclusion. So I do.
What does
all
that
of
mean?
Yeah.
I move Edie and I work forward, changing the culture and
As
how
far
we
as,
work.
like,
being more
diversity?
inclusive, being more equitable. All of the stuff I do is centered around anti-racism work in the industry, and it's
And Broadway is
very
a very, no other way to say it, very white industry.
Yeah.
With
Yeah.
not a lot of diversity. Same with most entertainment.
Yeah.
So, like, you literally are changing the narrative of all of that on Broadway right now.
Yeah. It's the last 2 years has really affected theater and Broadway.
Yeah.
COVID, death of George Floyd, Black Lives Matter.
Mhm.
There's a racial reckoning within our nation, and part of theater is breaking down white supremacy norms
Yeah.
that have been in place for decades.
Yeah.
And so a lot of the work I do and many others around ED and I is changing that.
Yeah.
And breaking down those norms and creating a new way of working.
That's really awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work.
And important.
And that explains why you have more gray hair than me.
Yes, yes.
Really? Maybe.
Do
I don't know. It's
you
pretty
think,
equal.
Clapton? Do you?
It's pretty equal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but you do, like, what you do on Broadway. Like, I've seen it. My brother tells me all the shit that he has to deal with and all of it, and I'm like, Manny, that is I would be stressed out. I don't know how you do it. I don't have the patience
Well, it's really
to change your mindsets.
Yeah, it's really trying to create the environment we work in. I talk a lot about psychological safety in the workplace, and having a psychologically safe work environment is the foundation of ED and I work.
Yeah.
You can't have ED and I belonging anti-racism work unless the environment is psychologically
And for
safe.
people who don't know, ED&I is
Equity, diversity, inclusion.
there. You go.
You can't have that if people don't feel they can speak up without retribution. In having a psychologically safe work environment sort of fosters that and creates all of that work.
What is the biggest challenge that you have been running into with it?
I think it's breaking down how the business has, how theater has been created over decades.
Yeah.
And it's reimagining the way you create theater and how
Yeah.
you enter a space. And really, you know, part of being a leader in an organization is being an effective leader
Yeah.
and creating an environment where people feel empowered, where they feel that they are heard. And it's not just having different voices at the table, but it's having voices that have value, that have that are encouraged to speak up.
Yeah.
And so you hear a lot about like, oh, we need different voices at the table. Well, it's fine to have them at the table, but you actually have to listen to those voices,
Yeah.
and they actually have to be part of the decision making.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they have to be part of the change.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's trying to rethink how we enter and
It's
work in those
it's
environments.
literally reprogramming a decades long institute
Yeah.
to kind of move forward with what's happening in America and in the times we're living in. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
don't think we can't go back to how it was, because that's not the world we live in anymore. And so theater has to change with that and the way we work. And it is, but that doesn't happen right away. It takes time, a lot of time.
Yeah.
But it's good work. I enjoy it. I'm
Yeah.
hoping to, you know, make a change out
Yeah.
there in the industry.
Yeah.
But there's, you know, most nonprofit theaters don't have HR departments, let alone
No.
ED&I.
Yeah.
And so
And
there's
that
very
to me
few
was
of
very
us out there.
surprising, especially for Broadway and as much money as it brings in, that they don't have an HR department.
Well, it's only it really is the nonprofit
Yeah.
theaters, because there's the commercial side of Broadway, and that's a whole different other beast.
Yeah.
But for, like I said, Second Stage is one of the 4 Broadway houses that's a nonprofit, and so it's just really, you know, I think all the other big theaters have HR departments, but they're
Yeah.
fairly new. So
Oh, really?
yeah.
So, how did COVID affect Broadway? I know the
It
stories,
shut it
but
down.
completely.
Yeah.
Well, how is it now? Like coming
Well,
out of it,
I
is
think
Broadway coming back?
Yes, it is. It definitely is. And I think it's constantly we're learning how to deal with COVID.
Yeah.
And as you know, we all see the news, we all see the stuff out there. And I think, you know, we've learned to work within COVID, I think.
Yeah.
It has affected it. It's still affecting how shows are run, rehearsals are run. But there's some great, you know, people working to get the shows up.
Yeah.
You know, the shows are able to continue because of understudies.
Yeah.
You know, understudies and
Talking
I think,
to the mic, sister.
so you know, COVID affected Broadway.
Yeah.
I think people forget the impact it had on the theater community.
Yeah.
And the theater is still trying to come back.
And
Broadway's
it's a
still trying to come back.
Huge industry in New
It
York.
is,
Not
it
just
is.
the actors, but all the behind, the people who run the lights, the people who build the sets, the dressers, all of those people were out of work. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
they
It's
are.
a
They
lot-
were. And a lot of people left the industry
Yeah.
and, you know, decided this isn't for me for whatever reasons during COVID, and they left.
Yeah.
And, you know, haven't come back. So it has hit the theater industry very hard. So,
Yeah.
you know, but I think it's coming back. I mean, there's some great shows.
I know when
on
I was
Broadway.
in
There's
New
some
York, I saw
great
some-
shows coming up.
Yeah.
You know, there's some great work being done out there. I just hope the environment in which that work is being created starts to shift and change.
Yeah.
So that we see, you know, ED&I at the forefront of how these institutions, and even in the commercial aspect of Broadway, that they are, all of that work is centered around ED&I, anti-racism work, you know, inclusion, belonging, all of that.
What's the biggest change that you hear from, let's say, the employees, meaning the actors, the people who are there, the change they want to see with leadership that they ask for?
That is a tricky question.
I know. That's why I'm asking it.
So I think, you know, not just in Broadway, but in entertainment in general, there is abusive power within certain positions and whatnot.
Yeah.
And so it's really breaking that down so that how artists create, it's a safe, brave space that they enter. And it doesn't matter if you're a director, a playwright, a designer, a lead in a show, or an ensemble member, but everybody has a certain level of professionalism and respect when they enter a space.
It's
and
just like any
and it's
other
not,
company or corporate job.
Yeah, and part of what we're doing at Second to change things is really calling out what abusive power looks like, what oppressive behavior looks like, and naming that. And so making sure that artists who come in and directors, anybody who walks through our doors, this is how it is to work here. This is the type of behavior we expect from everybody. And if you cannot behave in those ways, then this might not be the best place for you to work. Because we want to create an environment where people can speak up, where they feel it is a brave space, they can lean into that. And a lot of times that's not the case. In rehearsals,
but the thing
and,
too,
in shows. So we just want to make sure that
not just with Broadway, but any other like you go to work, there's got to be red flags for abusive behavior. What would you say they are? Like if people are being treated a certain way, like what red flags should they see and be like, no, this needs to change out my company or whatever?
I think it's the normal things like harassment, bullying. But I think we forget that when you're in a rehearsal room or you're in the office or wherever it may be in your working place, it's really when you talk over somebody or you interrupt them or you say, oh, we don't want to hear about that idea. That is actually, a form of oppressive behavior. You're oppressing somebody's voice and you're not allowing them to share their thoughts. So it's little things like that are, we tend to not think about, but that creates an environment that's not safe, that is not leading into brave space. So it's really thinking about those and being able to call that out, and when you see it and having it called out professionally, respectfully. And so I always go back, when you have a psychologically safe environment, that kind of behavior comes naturally. People automatically become, have respect, have professionalism, but you can't have, a psychologically safe environment without accountability. So a big part of that is holding not just actors or wherever it may be accountable, but leaders as well. And it's holding directors accountable, holding artistic directors accountable. There has to be a level of accountability, or else you can't succeed.
So everybody's like on the same playing ground. Everybody's like an equal. And you can't create art if people are not allowed to express their ideas and what they think art should be. And ultimately, that's what theater is. It's a form of, it's art. And theater also reflects what's happening in America and in our times and stuff. But since you are on Broadway, if people are going to New York, what shows should they see right now in New York?
I would say what is still Six, obviously. Go see Six. Go see Hadestown. Go see MJ.
I saw in London, and it was amazing. You saw the Broadway cast. I haven't seen the Broadway
cast. It's an amazing show. It's so much fun. Go see Hadestown. Hadestown is one of the best things I've seen.
Hadestown. I went to go visit my brother in October. Manny was like, the one show you have to see, I don't care, you have to go see Hadestown. You have to go see Hadestown. And I ended up going by myself, and it was the best thing I've seen on stage.
It is. It's
amazing.
It
was incredible. It was so good.
I think there's a lot of great shows. I mean, go see Company. It's a reimagining of a classic show. I can't imagine Company being done any other way now. I think there's some great stuff coming to Broadway. There's some great plays coming to Broadway. Go see the Michael Jackson musical.
I was just going to ask you about it. So that just opened up, didn't it?
Yeah, it opened up, I think, a couple of weeks ago. I can't remember the exact date, but it's a great show. If you're a Michael Jackson fan, go see it. It's the choreography, the talent. It's amazing.
What theater?
I think it's at the Noel Simon, or I can't remember off the top of my head.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's a great show. Go see it.
Okay, what's coming to Broadway that you're looking forward to?
that you
There's a
wanna
lot.
see.
I want to see Strange Loop. Strange Loop is one.
Oh,
that
that's
I'm
the one you
really
told me about,
looking
yes.
Forward to. Paradise Square is another one. New musical about the in Manhattan in the 18. I think it's like 1860, but it's the 5 Points in New York, those neighborhoods, and it's about like the Irish immigrants and the Irish immigrants, and I believe the Black community and what their struggles were and all that kind of stuff. It's a new musical. Really looking forward to that. The Minutes is going to reopen. I really want to see that. American Buffalo at Circle in the Square is going to be really good. Plaza Suite. That's
the one I was so excited to see before COVID when I was going to go visit you because it's Plaza Suite with Sarah Jessica Parker and Matthew Broderick, right? Yeah. And they play a couple. It's 3 vignettes, right? If I remember right, Plaza Suite, and they're both they played couples in it. So and they're married in real life. So But now it's supposed to come back, and it's been like getting so much buzz. People are excited about it.
Yeah, I want to see that. Obviously, go see Take Me Out at Second Stage. It's gonna be great.
I know you've been talking about that.
Yeah,
for
Take
a
Me Out.
while.
I'm looking forward to that. Also, To My Girls, which will be off Broadway at the Kaiser, which is Second Stage's off Broadway space. That one I'm really looking forward to. J.C. Lee's the playwright. It takes place like after COVID with a group of gay men in Palm Springs. And they're coming together after COVID for the first time over all this time apart. A great cast. The cast is so great. The director Steven, he's great. Like it's such a great team. And I'm really looking forward to that.
Oh, that one sounds like it would be fun. Oh, what do you think about this shit? They're reimagining we talked about this on the show. Reimagining Little Night Music up in LA. They're doing a production where it's all female. Pretty much all the cast is female, and they are really doing a lesbian like undertone to it. Or they're female presenting all the actors. I think it's great. One, Little Night Music has some of the most beautiful music, and you costume that show here.
No, I assistant director.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm looking forward to that. I've heard about that production happening. I'm all for reimagining works that have been around for a long time and putting a new spin on it. I love when directors and creatives go and they take something and they're like, oh, how can we reimagine this show for this where we are now? Like they did with Company is a really good example of that. So I'm really curious how they're going to do Little Night Music. It's one of Sondheim's, I think, one of his greatest shows.
Yeah, it won the Tony, 3 Tonys: Best Musical, Best Score, and Best Book. I think, if I remember right.
It's I would love to see.
Oh, I love that show
they do
so
that.
much. The music is so good. Eric's like, I have no idea what you're talking about.
I don't know.
Oh, Manny, I do have to ask you, what did you think of Tick Tick Boom on Netflix?
I loved it. I thought it was
thought
great.
they did
it was
such a good job with it.
Such a good job. I'm all for them doing all these new movie musicals like Tick Tick Boom, like In the Heights, which was phenomenal. But
problematic.
West Side Story was great. I love the reimagining of West Side Story.
I know. I like what
changes.
they did with the character, the trans character. They made them openly trans.
Anybody's,
yes. And the new
I think the changes to story, again, West Side Story has been around for a long time. Why not try to change it a bit? I'm all for that. I think that's great. Love that. I'm all for the movie musicals. I hope they do more of those.
What's your favorite movie musical? I think I already know the answer to this. Of course I do. But go ahead, Manny.
I don't know. I can't remember. I don't know.
Come on. At least top 3. That you will watch over and over again.
I will say one of them is Hello Dolly.
I love all of that.
Yes. I love that. That's one of my, I've seen that one. I love that.
Gene Kelly directed that. And I remember I was obsessed with Gene Kelly when we were younger. I love that one. How about new music? Did you watch Dear Evan Hansen?
Yes, I did.
What did you think?
No comment.
I hated the movie version.
I
He was way too old. Like,
yeah, it was. I don't know if it translated well enough to movies versus on the stage, but
I am
yeah.
excited for Wicked with Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande.
Grande.
Totally lost.
I was
What
thinking,
are you
I was
doing?
like, is it Ariana Grande?
is.
I don't know. I'm all for Cynthia
Oh,
Erivo. I
she is
love
so
her.
underrated,
She
by the way.
is phenomenal.
Yeah.
I don't. Ariana Grande. I'm like, okay, sure.
I love Ariana Grande.
I do
Dude. She's
too.
hilarious.
Yeah.
And she could
Yeah.
sing like nobody's business. So.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's gonna be great.
Yeah.
She's an okay actress.
I'll agree
Yeah.
with that statement.
Yeah.
She's an
She's all right.
okay
She's all right.
actress. I love how like in the Twitterverse how people were like, you should have the originals play in the movie. I'm like, you cannot
No.
have these 50-year-old
No.
women
They're
play.
too. No.
And even
No.
Christian Chanowitz and Adina Menzel were both like, no.
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
I'm sure they will have cameos in the movie. They have to.
That'd be cute.
But,
Oh, I'm
yeah,
sure they're gonna. Yeah.
Oh,
they
yeah.
got to.
for sure.
But there is a show we're going when we get back to New York that we're going to Delaware Theater Company to see. It's a new musical called Otherworld with Bonnie Milligan's in it,
love
and
Bonnie
it's
Milligan.
about video games in VR.
Shut up,
Whole
Maddie.
musical. I am all for it.
And if you guys don't know
I
who
cannot wait. Bonnie Milligan,
Milligan?
follow her. Belting
Oh.
Bonnie. She's
It
amazing.
is so good. We saw her I saw her in New York with you. We went and saw the show off Broadway.
Oh,
What was it called?
Kimberly Akumbo.
Yes, and
She's-
was the
such a good show.
Oh, she stole the show.
Oh, yeah.
She was
Hilarious.
amazing.
Um,
Amazing.
Yeah, Michael and I have seen her at 54 Below so many times. Her and Natalie Walker when they do
Natalie
their shows.
Walker,
Oh
too.
my God, they're just
I
brilliant.
want Bonnie on our
Brilliant.
show. She would be hilarious.
Yeah,
Is she listening?
she's
No, I'm kidding.
so good.
Yeah.
Anyways, we're going to Delaware to see that. I'm excited for it. I find I've seen a lot of really good things off Broadway
Yeah.
that are just so weird, bizarre. I
Yeah,
love
that
that. I
shit.
love new work. I love new concepts in theaters, not just musicals, but like plays, performance art. I think there's so much out there. And a lot of time, you think of theater and it's like, oh, Broadway, but there's so much
Much
great stuff
more.
off Broadway.
Yeah.
I
that's
like
being
the
done.
obscure. Like when we went, we saw Flying Over Sunset, which was all about an LSD trip. That was one of the. It was
That show is bizarre.
as fuck.
Production
Well,
value is beautiful.
and it was a good show. I just love how they reinterpreted a tap number.
yeah. Oh yeah, that
Dude,
was
at the
great.
beginning,
Yeah,
oh
yeah.
my
That
God, I was
great.
like, that is
great.
amazing, and that must have took forever to get that down packed.
Mhm.
Oh.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of great stuff coming to Broadway.
Yeah, I just
think
want Broadway to
I think it's going to be great. I think
Yeah.
there's some good shows. I think one of the highly anticipated shows is going to be Strange Loop.
Yeah,
I think Strange Loop
I
is
know.
one everybody's wanting to see. I can't wait to see
What's
it.
that one about?
Strange Loop is about queer Black experience.
Oh.
So I don't want to give it too much.
is it like
away.
Noah's Ark but a musical?
No.
Oh man,
No. It's
the,
a really
the TV show. You remember
really,
the TV
really-
show?
Oh, got it,
Noah's
got it.
Ark, which was like queer as folk,
Yes.
but with people of color.
Yeah.
It was
Yes.
all Latinos and
I
black
thought you
people.
meant the
It's-
Bible story.
No,
that's
that's
what
second,
I
I was
was
like,
like, Noah's
Noah's
Ark.
Ark.
That's
What?
weird.
For all of you
So
older
s-
people, do you remember Noah's
That-
Ark?
I do know. It was
Okay,
like-
thank
wasn't
you.
it
I
on
used to lo-
Logo
Yes,
back
I
in
used
the
to
day?
love
Yeah.
that show. It
Yeah.
was so hot.
So I think that's one show I know I can't wait to see. I can't wait to see Paradise Square.
I really wanna see
I'm really
Paradise
curious
Square.
about that show. I just think there's some
Paradise
great
Square
stuff.
used to be a book, wasn't it? A book?
I don't know.
I think I actually own the book now that I'm thinking about it.
Yeah.
Because it sounds very familiar. I'm gonna look on our break, but I can't wait to get back to New York because Tony season is coming up.
Yes, Tonys are coming up.
So if you
Tony
are
season.
going to New York, there's a lot of shows opening up in
Yeah.
the next
Yeah.
couple
Soon.
months because Tony season.
Mhm.
So I can't wait to get back. I want to see Plaza Suite. I want to see the two shows you said. I would definitely see Hadestown again.
Oh God,
if I
that show's so
go.
good.
I was gonna ask you. Miss Doubtfire closed, didn't it?
It did not.
It did not close.
No, they went on hiatus.
Oh.
Yeah, and they are reopening April 14th.
Oh, okay.
12th,
That'll be
somewhere around there.
interesting. It was a fun show.
No comment.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
The other show that's coming back that I absolutely love is Beetlejuice.
Oh,
I
I
don't care.
missed it the
That
first
show
time.
is so much fun.
Oh, I want to
Alex Brightman is a force on stage.
Who plays Beetlejuice,
yeah,
right? Yeah.
Carrie Butler was in. Oh, I love her. It's such
Carrie
a good
Butler.
show. So much fun. Such a fun show.
I missed
That's
it
coming
when
back.
it was
Yeah.
when it was on Broadway the first time around. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
happy it's coming back, and I want to see it so bad. One, because it's Beetlejuice. Two, the music is so good for it.
It's a fun show.
and
it's
the production
so much
value,
Fun.
the sets.
Oh yeah, the set's
ridiculous.
crazy. It's
Yeah.
so good.
Yeah.
Oh, Music Man is on
Music
Broadway
Man,
with Hugh
yeah,
Jackman and Sutton
yeah.
Foster. I have no desire to see it
What? Why?
because I hate that show. that
Oh.
show's awful.
God.
Yeah, I it's.
But
I
it's
the
Sutton
only reason I would go
Foster.
see it is because I've never seen Hugh Jackman on stage, and I'd want to go
Yeah.
see. Like that's why I would go see it. But again, it's a show that I'm just like,
Like, yeah,
why are we doing it?
Take it or
Yeah.
leave it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I think those older
I know
like,
how you feel about the
reimagine
classic.
them.
yeah.
Reimagine them. Do
Why
something
can't it
different.
be like Music Man, but but Music Man's trans or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, like think outside the box.
Do something
Updated
different.
it, you
Yeah,
know.
make it for these
I,
times.
they've been done over and over and over, and yes, they're classic shows. There's a reason why they are, but reimagine them for this time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree
Take
with that,
them,
for
rethink
sure.
of it. Instead of just doing the same,
Same
thing over
thing,
and over
yeah.
again. That's what I say.
Yeah.
I love that theater is coming back, and San Diego does have some really good theater. I know the Globe's doing some good stuff this season. The Playhouse too, La Jolla Playhouse. You guys can see a show there. Is Jenny still doing OB, or did they? Or are they on break?
I think OB's on break. I'm not 100%.
I don't know. We'll have to
sure.
get Jenny on the show
But I
to
don't
talk
know.
about
They're
it and
they're
see
not
what they're
doing
gonna do.
anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there is a lot of good theater in
There
San
is,
Diego.
yeah.
Yeah, if you guys get a chance, go out and see a show.
Go see theater.
Go see theater.
Go
But
to
we're
Broadway.
Come to Broadway. Come to Broadway. You'll
We
wave.
need the audiences.
You'll wave from your office. Hi.
Hi. I'm up here.
But we're gonna take a quick break, and when we come back, we're gonna see how Go-Go Boy.
Oh, yeah,
Eric,
that happened.
How that happened. We're gonna talk about Drag Race UK versus
Yes.
the world, because we have not talked about
We
that.
have not.
And some other fun stuff. But we will be right back, everybody.
In the world of male sexual health, getting an erection isn't always the problem, but instead premature ejaculation may be the issue. The great news is, Hims has that covered with either a spray, a pill, or both. Formulated with lidocaine, the spray works by altering the sensitivity to the sprayed area without overly numbing. Unlike other topical products, it's absorbed by the skin without transferring to your partner. Spray to the most sensitive areas of your penis 5 to 10 minutes before game time. This spray absorbs quickly and stays local to the applied area, rather than numbing the sensation of your entire penis. Studies have shown men can last 64% longer when using the spray. Hims offers men access to high-quality medical products for issues all men face, but rarely take care of, and Hims is a trusted destination for sound medical guidance with both prescription and non-prescription solutions. Sex should be fun for all. Hims helps you enjoy this pleasure longer with a quick and easy spritz. Try Hims today. Go to whoinvitedher.net/HIMS, that's HIMS. Hims is a one-stop shop for sexual wellness, hair loss and skincare for men. They can connect you to FDA-approved treatments backed by science. Prescription products are subject to medical provider approval and require an online consultation with a medical provider who will determine if a prescription is appropriate, all from the comfort of your own home. See website for full details and safety information. That's whoinvitedher.net/HIMS.
Show boob.
Show us your titties.
No, don't show. Put it away. Nobody wants to see that.
Oh, now I'm really gonna show it.
Hey, everybody, we're back from break. We have refilled drinks, and we're ready to go for the second half of the show. So, as we said on the last episode, Mr. Daddy Bear Eric go-go danced for the first time.
Yeah, that
at Bear
happened.
Night.
Yeah, that was so fascinating. I learned so much behind the scenes, and I think I enjoyed listening to the other go-go dancers the most. Of like learning some of the terms. Like one of them is called the hog. So if you take the prime location and don't get off to share it with everyone else, you're considered the hog.
I just got it. Like you're
hogging
hogging.
it.
I was literally
spotlight.
thinking,
Like-
why are they calling him a pig?
Pig. Maybe that
That's
too.
mean.
And then I was the baby go-go, and then
Yeah.
there's like go-go moms and go-go dads. who,
Like Drake.
Yeah,
moms
like
and
in
dads?
drag. Yeah.
Who's your go-go dad?
I don't have one yet.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
And it just it was just so interesting to just listen to them like talk about like, oh well, if you don't feel like you're making enough money, you can maybe change your outfit, and I'm like, this is.
Okay.
I think the thing for me
Custom
is
change.
I wasn't there for the money. I was there to just have fun. So to see like the monetization side of it was also just very strange and weird to process. But,
Yeah.
yeah, I came home.
This is God. I remember this.
I had to like uncrumple all the dollar bills and fives.
Did you wash it?
You laundered them.
Laundered it.
I did wake up in the morning and they were still wet from all of my sweat, which is it's all the cliches are so true.
And then what did you find? in
and
your
then and then I found a $25 gift card to Breakfast Republic in my pocket with the manager's business card, which was very I didn't even know when that came into my pocket, how long it was in there for, who gave it to me, if it was the manager or someone else.
I think it's hilarious they tip you with a gift card. And for people who are not in San Diego, Breakfast Republic is one of the hottest breakfast places here in San Diego.
Is it still?
Oh God, yeah. There are lines around the block
Is
every
there?
weekend. Yeah. The
I
one
know-
over in North Park, and then they're opening another one somewhere in Hillcrest. I think.
it's already open.
Is
It's
it?
on 5th, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're really good,
I know the
so.
bartender there, so he's like, come during the week and I'll help you redeem that $25 gift
So I
card.
bet he will. I bet he will.
Yeah.
But I went to support Eric in his endeavors as a go-go boy, and so did Bryn. It was
Yes.
So was Bear Night at the Merrill. Bear Night is pretty much all guys.
There were
women?
about 600 people that were
Yeah.
there.
Oh wow.
Was it
Yeah,
big
a
Bear Night?
lot.
So I love that Bryn is, as you saw on the show, she's very tiny. So she was waiting in line to get in because I got there before she did.
Yeah.
And she gets to the front of the line, and I see her, and she's waving at me. And the guy at the door tells her, he goes, "Oh, thank God. I thought you were going in there by yourself." And I got really worried. Because she was literally one of the only women there. There was
Yeah.
like 3 of them in the whole
And
place.
you were earlier describing the smell. What was the
Oh,
set
yes.
like,
So
Tony?
they have the inside and then they have the outside. I was outside most of the time, just talking to people and doing that schmoozing shit. And then I walk in and it was literally, I was like, "Whoo, this is ripe. This is ripe for the picking in here." It was very musky. If you're into that, you would have been in heaven.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, no degree.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't even
no-
wear deodorant.
I'm like, this ain't no secret anymore. It's rank in here.
Oh, I will tell you though, the next day I got up and I went to go get my Apple TV remote off the floor and I like squatted down to get
Did
it.
it hurt?
I almost could not get back up. My body was so stiff and so sore. It was bad. It was
Yeah.
bad. For like 3 days I could not move properly because it's a lot of squatting. Like every
You
time
were-
somebody gives you $1, you have to squat down and you might be there for 30 seconds, a minute and a half.
wow.
I did that probably, I mean, judging by tips, I probably did it at least 80 times that night.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Also, you were dancing for 3 hours straight.
Yeah.
Not really drinking at all.
No,
With hardly any
'cause
breaks.
Everyone told me, don't get too drunk, don't get too drunk. Like all the employees were like warning me, don't get too drunk.
Yeah.
So I only had 2 drinks to start out with. At one point, I did see our friend Eric Wilson, and I was like, please go get me a shot. Like, just
Just
I
get me
need a
something.
drink so bad. Also, my back was starting to hurt. I'm
You
like,
old man. You old man.
Listen, 41 years old as a go-go boy, like
Hey,
it's
go
not
for
easy.
Do it.
It's
Do
not
it.
easy.
Do it.
Yeah.
Me and Bryn were in the audience just literally like parents. It was so sad. We were like, yes, Eric, shake your moneymaker.
Were you doing the dance with him on the
Yes,
side?
I was. We were doing all the same dance moves. Yeah. Total stage moms, me and Bryn.
I will say, so it was 3 hours of dancing. By the time I got to the third hour, like the last one, I was like, oh, this is a job. This is work. Like, I'm tired. I just want to go out into that crowd and like sit down for a bit and talk to my friends. But I still have to smile and I still have to like dance.
Perform.
And I still, it's a
like you're
performance
on for 3 hours.
for 3 hours.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a job.
That would be exhausting.
I don't know that I would do it every month, but I'm okay a couple times a year.
I could tell when you were starting to get tired because you were like Britney Spears at the VMAs when she was like so drunk and she was just like, you know, barely lip singing to her own song.
I know exactly what you're talking about. And yes, I was. And I felt that way
You
too.
did too. And you leaned into it. I was like, oh, he's doing his Britney impression. That's what that is.
It wasn't an impression.
No,
it was
was it?
actually how I felt.
Did you see on Twitter she teased new music?
She did.
Yeah, I
but she didn't
know.
actually play the music. She just
No.
said she's rehearsing for the video for the new music that's coming out.
How old is she now? 40?
She's probably the same age as me, I think.
Yeah, she
41.
looks amazing.
Yeah.
She looks amazing. I love her Instagram and Twitter. 'Cause
It's
she's
so
hook-a-magoo, and I'm
wackadoodle.
for it.
It's so wackadoodle, but it's so great.
Oh,
and it feels very genuine and like it's not ran by a team of people, which is
really?
so refreshing. No, I don't know how she negotiated, but she somehow is the only one who has access to her own Instagram,
Wow,
and she
okay.
posts
Yeah.
the craziest like.
Ooh, I need to like
Yeah.
follow her. I don't follow her. It's
her
hilarious.
fashion shows are like the best. She'll like change an outfit and then she'll like to the camera shake her shoulders back and forth and then it'll like flip into the next one and she'll just do it over and over again.
With her raccoon eyes. Yeah.
Yeah.
She has the dark.
Yeah,
the dark
they're very
underneath
dark,
eyes.
and then the giant like ratty blonde like
Beach.
Yeah, it looks
California
like it
beachy
probably
hair.
smells, hasn't been washed, and those
Okay.
those extensions are about to fall out.
Don't talk about Megan like that. No, I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding.
Oh,
Miss
Meg.
Megs.
I miss her.
Oh, I haven't seen her in forever.
Oh, I know.
Tomorrow, I think brunch.
Oh,
Yeah, brunch. And we did leather night the other night with you, and you got flogged.
Oh, I
the
forgot you
cross.
went to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
know,
like
we had
what are those? It's like an X or
St. Andrew's Cross.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, so normally I do the flogging, but it was a friend I knew, and so have flogged him before, and so I thought, oh, it'd be nice, like he can flog me. So
I just find the whole leather pup community so fascinating.
yeah,
Like they had the pups playpen where you can go and play with the pups.
there was a cage
literally play with the
where
pups.
they could go into the cage and like hang out, and then they had like fake grass laid out.
Oh wow.
With pup toys, and then there was a jar of like human treats, but they look like dog treats that you could feed them. And there was like 6 of them. At one point, I was like, "Do you want to see me interact with them, Tony?"
I was like, "Of course I do. Do you need to even ask?
Yeah.
Wait, let me
And
bring out my
then
camera."
I found a very cute one right
Yeah,
away.
you
who,
did.
like, yes, was also very. Into
I
me
was
as
like,
well.
So did they have the like masks?
Uh-huh. Some of them did. Some of them didn't. Yeah, and some of them had the tail.
butt plug tail.
Yeah. And you just literally like you interact with them like a dog.
Like a
wow.
dog.
Pet behind the ears and under the chin, and
They
like,
sniff your butt and all of that. They do.
they really?
They do.
Yes,
They,
they
Oh, wow.
They
No
sniff
joke.
each other's butts
Yeah.
too.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fun. I like.
They
yeah.
sniff each other's balls, all of that. It's
Yeah.
like,
Oh.
yeah.
Yeah.
I find it absolutely fascrating, and I love that
Yeah.
shit. It's
Yeah.
so
That's
yeah.
great.
Yeah. Speaking of smelling balls, are you caught up on UK Drag Race UK versus the world? We haven't talked about this on the show yet.
Yeah.
So, what in the RuPaul Drag Race franchise? There's a new series, Drag Race UK versus the world, where they take the UK queens from the excuse me, first 2 seasons, 2 seasons, or
2
3?
seasons.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the first 2. Right?
We're at 2. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I swallowed that shit.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Stop smoking.
I know, God. Smoke as long. No, that's not funny. No. Anyway, so they take that and then they take different queens from.
All the other franchises. Yeah. And so you've got Canada, you've got the U.S. we have 2 drag queens, Monique Hart and Jujubee. And then where else are they from?
Thailand,
Holland.
Thailand, I think, is really fascinating because it's actually a judge who is on the show, not a participant.
Pangina.
And Pangina
It's amazing.
so good.
So good.
You're
So
watching it too,
good.
Yeah, of
Manny,
course
right?
I am.
Yeah, okay, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's she's so good.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
so
this is what I've said about the UK versus the world is one, in the UK they don't get a cash prize
Right.
because it's just how it is over there.
Something about like the BBC because it's government funded, I think. or
Yeah.
Oh, I
something
was
like that.
wondering because they don't on the UK
Yeah.
it's those PETA badges.
They
or
can't-
whatever the
get-
fuck
It's
it is.
something about contests on BBC or something.
So
okay.
the reward is they get to do a duet with RuPaul.
Yeah.
Ooh, exciting.
Is that a reward?
No, not really. Is that? I don't know. But anyway, so my theory is that they bring all of these queens who have been in the franchise for a while
Yeah.
back to compete against each other. And the thing that makes this show particularly really entertaining is all these queens know how to put on good TV.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
know
that's
they
true.
know they are in a competition,
Yeah.
but they also know it's a TV show and they need to entertain. And they are so good at making good TV.
Yeah. One of my favorite things about this franchise is the judge. I feel like when they do the judging and the jokes, they are so funny.
Yeah,
Like
way
the
more
judges
funny.
feel like I feel like they're
Yeah.
having a good time
Yeah.
making the jokes. Where I feel like in a lot of the other franchises, they're kind of forced and
Yeah.
like they're not that funny.
Like
but
on the regular RuPaul season.
yeah,
Yeah.
but I am laughing so hard at the
know.
jokes that the judges make on this show.
And even
Yeah.
like I liked how on the last episode, spoiler alert, Jimbo was in the bottom, right?
Yeah.
And so they were. I think it was. I don't know if it was on the episode or it was an interview I saw afterwards. But they had interviewed Jujubee and Jimbo because they were in the bottom and asked about the whole alliance or the alliance or something. And Jimbo said, yeah, one of the producers said, just ask it this way, and gave him a no. And Jujubee said, oh no, Jimbo came in and he acted. He was, and Jimbo's response was like, I was just making good TV.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is why I love it. They
That's
know
good, yeah.
that they have to put on a show,
Yeah.
and they know what their job is, and they came on, and they are all
And they did
delivering
it,
it.
yeah.
This
Yeah.
season.
I love like Jimbo begging for his life. He was
I
like,
did
You can
too.
have my drink. You can have this umbrella in my drink. I'll give you this chair. What do you want?
What do you want? And I love Jujubee because Jujubee in the competition is a little like, but she
yeah.
has the best floating head.
She does.
And she has the best
yes.
commentary.
Yeah.
It is so hilarious.
She can read like no one else.
Nobody else, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's a good crop of queens. I love seeing Pangina on there.
Yeah.
Yes, and
So-
bag of chips.
Oh, bag
and
of
blue
chips.
hydrangea.
Yes.
Blue
Oh,
hydrangea is
it's
so
so
funny.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know
in the
why.
last challenge when they were doing the West Side Story musical, and he had the nun, the West End one. He was kind of doing Sound of Music.
Oh yeah,
Julia
yeah, yeah,
just-
Julia,
but, like,
yeah,
dirty.
yeah.
It was
Dirty.
so good.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was
that
really
was
good.
funny.
It was
Yeah.
good.
I have a big crush on Blue Hydrangea too.
You do.
So does
my-
Michael.
I just
Why am I not surprised?
Yeah, huge.
Michael, for our audience, is my brother's partner. So
Yeah.
I'm really enjoying it.
I am
this
too.
It's really good. It's
I'm
really
actually
good.
enjoying it more than
Than
the
the
regular.
US? Yeah, me
season.
too. I feel the
Season
same
14,
way.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's not a lot of queens, and you already have a relationship with them, so it's just easy to like start it, and you're like, oh, I know which ones I like, and I
Yeah.
know which ones I want to root for.
And they bring back ones that, to me, I was like, I liked them in their individual shows, and
Yeah.
it's ones that I wanted to see more of.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's what I'm really. I hope they keep doing it.
Yeah, I'm sure they will. It'll do well.
because it's been doing
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah.
Are you watching the newest season?
I am. I haven't watched last night's episode, so I'm one behind. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's good. I love Willow.
Willow's my
I'm-
favorite.
I'm a
Willow
Willow
and
fan.
I like Willow.
Angeria.
Yes,
Yeah,
Angeria's
Angeria's good
great.
too.
So
Yeah.
polished.
Yeah.
And Lady Camden too.
Lady
I like
Camden's
Lady
starting
Camden.
to
Yeah,
creep
ramp
up
up.
for me.
Oh,
yeah.
Especially on another spoiler alert on the newest episode. So they had to do a like soap opera acting challenge, which was hilarious. And it's one of the few times where I, as an audience member, was like, I don't know who they're gonna put on the bottom. They were all so good.
Yeah.
So nobody got sent home on the last episode, the newest episode that came out last night. Instead, they had the top two have to lip sync against each other. And Lady Camden first, her runway.
Yes.
I seriously thought she ate it. Like
Yeah.
she fell.
Why
on
were
the
they?
run-
Did they have to fall?
No,
she
she
just
did a whole
falls.
bit. So she comes out.
Oh,
Yeah,
it
with
was a
this-
bit.
It was a bit, but you didn't know it, and so she
No.
just trips
Oh.
and falls, and it looks like she eats it,
It's
and
a
you see
big
the
time.
judges' reaction, and they're like, "Oh
So
shit!"
she comes out in this white jumpsuit type of a thing with a cape and then this big rocker hair. She literally falls on her face. The wig flies off, and then she's like scrambling on the ground. She comes up out of everything in a Freddie Mercury outfit
Yeah.
with a mustache and wig.
Yeah, it's
and
a-
just
that
like
is
it
brilliant.
was so
It's
good.
a fall reveal.
Yeah,
Like-
fall reveal. And like the judges ate it up.
Yeah,
and
they
as
were
an
like-
audience member, I was like, "Oh my god, I've never seen that on
Yeah,
Drag
it
Race."
was brilliant.
And so her and Betty are the top two, and they have to lip sync. Lady Camden, she does lip sync. They have to lip sync to Blondie's one of the Blondie songs. I can't remember it.
Call
off.
Me?
Call Me, yeah.
I would assume.
And right at the beginning, she already had a mustache on, like a big
Very
Freddie Mercury.
thick, yeah.
And what does she do? Instead of a wig reveal, she tears the mustache off to reveal another little tiny mustache underneath.
That's
It was
brilliant. Like,
so
that's
good. She
so
did a
good.
mustache reveal.
That's really smart. I
That
mean,
is.
talk about something not been
Yeah.
done before.
Yeah, and then she just killed the lips because she's a dancer, and you can tell.
She's formerly ballet trained,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah. And you can tell she's lip synced this song many times because she just was like out there having fun.
Living her
And I
best life.
love watching the queens behind her that are safe because their reactions, like they were in it. They were like enjoying the show. It
Yeah.
was so good this last episode.
Yeah.
You got to watch it, Eric, because I know you haven't. I just ruined it all for you.
I absolutely will.
What else? I know it's coming from outside. What else are you watching? Oh, you're watching Euphoria.
I'm watching Euphoria.
Can we talk about
So
Euphoria
good.
really quick?
Yeah.
Good.
I try to watch the first season of the first episode of season 2 because I
Yeah.
really enjoyed season 1.
Yeah.
A lot, and we talked about it on the show. But season 2, the first episode, I couldn't get through it. It was so anxiety.
It's so intense. It needs
Yeah.
to come with a Xanax. Like,
So I haven't watched any episodes since then, but I know you have been telling me I
Yeah.
need to watch the show.
It's
I-
good.
I
It's
actually
so good.
considered not watching it after episode 1 because it was so intense for me, and like I was like, I don't need any extra anxiety in my life. But the rest of the episodes aren't as rough to watch.
Yeah.
Although I hear
There
There
this
is another one.
newest episode, the one before that, Zendaya.
yeah.
They give that girl every award out
Yeah,
there.
she's
Like she's
great.
phenomenal.
I want to
Phenomenal.
watch it now.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
it's
gotta watch.
So
So,
good,
you've
so
been
well done.
watching it, Manny.
Oh yeah, of course.
Do you like
It's
it?
good. Yeah, I love it. It's such a great show. Yeah, and if that's how high school kids are now, we're all fucked.
Yeah.
I know,
Like, we're fucked. This world's
Yeah.
gonna burn.
I remember in season 1, I kept saying this. I was like, God, these kids do not know how to do drugs.
no, I'm like, who
Like,
taught
wha-
them?
I know. Wha-
Also, why
don't
are
get
these
it.
like 16-year-old girls all professional makeup artists?
Yeah,
too?
like I was like, what is
My other thing is
happening
like,
here?
where the fuck are their parents?
yeah,
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
I
it's
was
true.
like, if my mom knew I knew half of the shit I did in high school.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I got to give season 2 a try.
Yeah,
I
give
It's
think-
good.
I think-
Give it
I
another
think I
chance.
do. I think I do.
got you hooked on another show too.
Oh, Abbott Elementary.
Abbott
Oh,
Elementary.
God.
Yes.
Shirley Lee Roth is in it, who, for all of you theater people, was one in the original Dreamgirls on
Ooh,
Broadway.
good
She
tie
played
back. I like that.
Dina on
Dina.
Broadway, right? Yeah.
No.
Dina. She played Dina in Dreamgirls.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
She did. She was
On the
Dina.
original
Yeah.
Broadway cast.
Yeah.
So she's in it, and I love everything she does.
Yeah.
It is.
She was
so-
Moesha's mom.
Yeah,
like,
she
if
was
you're-
Moesha's
If you're a
mom.
90s kid.
Yeah, for all you '90s kids. But it's such a good. I had never even heard of the show until
Yeah.
you told me.
Wait,
and I'm
what's it
like,
called again?
Abbott Elementary,
Abbott
and it's
Elementary.
I
about
haven't heard of it.
like a elementary school, but in like
Inner city.
Inner city.
Yeah.
So you have. I love that the cast has Hispanic people, has Black people, has
Yeah.
Asian people, and like it's such a good cast.
Yeah.
and it's like it's
It's-
so funny.
It's basically Parks and Rec, but an
But
inner city
yeah.
school
Ooh, I
version
need
of
to
Parks
start
and
watching
Rec.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I
the
love Parks and
same
Rec.
concept of
yeah,
Parks and
where
Rec.
it's like a
okay.
documentary
Yeah,
style,
yeah,
and yeah, it's
Yeah.
so good.
My favorite is the principal who like just does not give a shit about being a principal. She's just only there to like promote herself and try to like she's so self-serving but hilarious. She's so great. One of my favorite lines is she's like, oh, I know where that kid's file is. I organize them all by the hottest dads in the front.
It's so good. You gotta watch it, Manny.
I know.
You gotta watch it. But you know, since we're talking about TV and all this stuff, you know the old gays. The old gays.
Why do you look at me when you say that?
Because you're old. The old gays that started on YouTube. It's a group of the old, like 60 and 70-year-old.
I don't know this.
You didn't know this?
No.
Manny,
On
you've seen
TikTok.
it. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
first they originally started on, I believe YouTube was the original concept. They did like an advertisement for Grindr.
Okay.
A couple years ago, and they took off. So they started doing other videos, but now they're on TikTok, and their TikTok has blown up, right?
Yeah.
But I love that Savage X, the Rihanna lingerie line.
Yeah.
So the old gays did a photo shoot of them in the
Savage
lingerie.
X.
And Rihanna and Savage X Rihanna, they all retweeted it and said, this is amazing.
Yeah.
And I was like, whoever thought of this marketing with these older gay men in the sexy lingerie for men? I was like, this is brilliant.
And Savage X is really fucking great because they show like a whole diverse set of people, different types of bodies. It's like there's like bigger guys in their like campaigns. It's
That's
really,
great.
really
They're
cool.
super inclusive.
Yeah.
Yes, and that's what I love about this is that they have the old gays in the same lingerie you would see a muscle guy in.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I love
and,
that.
And I just the old gays are getting so much attention now on this group of men on TikTok because of it. And if you haven't seen their posts, it is so cute.
I'm gonna follow that. That sounds great.
It's really, really cool. But I saw that article. I was like, good for Rihanna's friend Savage X. Look at them.
Yeah.
That's how you need to do it.
Yeah, she's smart.
Would you buy it and wear it too? Would you buy
Oh
any
yeah.
lingerie?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I
Which
would.
one?
I just actually bought some last weekend. I bought some. I don't love Andrew Christian, but I really liked this underwear, and they're like lacy jockstrap, but like
fancy lady. Look
it's
at her.
kind of it's kind of a little like feminine, but also like masculine at the same time, and I love the like contrast that it has.
Oh,
Yeah.
Manny, would Michael be into you wearing men's lingerie like that?
No.
Why not? What would he do?
Yeah,
if you
but-
showed up and you're like, "Hi, Daddy, look what I have."
First of all,
I know you
I
wouldn't
would
call him
never call
Dad.
him daddy.
Grandpa. Sorry, it's Grandpa.
Grandpa.
Ale man.
Ale
Oh man,
man,
look what I
ale
got for
man.
you.
No.
You like the string bikini?
Wow.
You'll like it better on the floor in a couple minutes. Let's go.
Wow.
Yeah, no,
Michael's
not
gonna
happening.
kill me for that.
not? I don't know. No, he wouldn't like it.
No.
No. Oh, that sucks.
I did
Because
also-
I don't want to just.
I think I would put it on and be like, no,
It's not.
no.
I did also buy my first thong for the first.
Yeah,
I've never
you-
owned.
ever?
I've never
I
owned one
can't.
ever in my life.
Can't
Did
with
you
the
lose
thumb.
it? Did it get lost up there already?
I haven't worn it yet.
Why not?
Because I feel like
You guys, on the next episode, he will be in that thong.
because somebody needs to ask me on a date so I have something to wear it to. What am I gonna wear it for you two?
No. Wear it for our audience.
I'll wear it for the audience.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should bring Bryn back on and just have you wear it and not even mention it. Like we come into the studio and you're wearing shirts and we're like, okay,
just the
ready.
thong.
We're gonna get ready for the show, and then you just strip down to the thong and just sit down and see what happens. If
No,
she even notices,
I'll do it.
and we'll
Where
act like
they-
it's nothing.
Wear shorts and then you bend over, pick something, and you have a whale tail. That's what you should do. Right in front of Bryn.
I saw.
whale
Oh my
tail.
God, we were outside of Flicks last night, and there was this 20-something-year-old kid walking, and he had a total whale tail. Well, and he was so drunk, and he was walking down the street with his friend, and I was like, in my head, who was I with? I can't think it was with Steven, but I just wanted to run up and just like get my finger and just snap it. For anybody who doesn't know what a whale tail is, it is when the top of the thong is peeking out of your pants like a whale tail.
Whale
going
tail.
into the ocean.
Dive it back in.
That is so funny.
Have you heard of that?
No, I've never.
Ever?
I've never heard of it, but it makes a lot of
whale
sense.
tail.
Whale tail.
We'll see if I have one when I wear it.
You will, knowing you.
Maybe I'll post a selfie of my whale tail.
Can you? That
Yeah.
would be amazing.
Oh, I will. Yeah.
You know what it's time for? We haven't done this in a really, really long time, but Carol. Yes, you guys,
Once
it
in your
is.
life, shut your damn mouth.
Okay. Yes, you guys, it's time for Carol of the Week. We haven't done this in a while.
We haven't done it in a while.
I know. We got to start bringing that, the click, thirst
Yeah.
trap. We haven't
There's
done.
a lot that you guys.
I
don't
know.
anymore.
We got to bring
I
it
know.
all back.
Changes.
Changes.
Musical theater nerds.
Oh, shut up. How dare you? You bitch. All right. Who has it? Carol. Who wants to go first?
Yeah.
Manny, since you are our guest this week, you will start us off with Carol of the
I
Week.
have so many carols.
Let it all out. Let it all out.
I don't like when people post.
Why do I feel like I'm going to get very attacked? No, I'm kidding. I'm totally
I
kidding.
I don't like when people post online and they post about, especially around stuff with like Edie and I,
okay.
and that, and they don't do their research and
Oh,
they
I know.
troll. I hate that. I think if you're gonna post stuff, do your research.
Yeah.
Don't just post because you want attention.
Yeah.
Like, sorry.
Yeah.
Like, I can't. I have no patience.
Is
for
it?
that at all.
I know exactly what you're talking
Yeah.
about. It's when people post shit, but they don't actually do anything with their actions
No.
to make change.
Yeah.
They just want to whine and complain
Yeah.
and point everybody else's bad behavior out, but they don't change their own behavior
Yeah.
and they don't try to change the bigger picture in
Yeah.
any way, shape, or
Yeah,
form.
it drives me mad. Drives me mad.
Yeah.
It's like,
Bash drives me
Ugh.
crazy too.
I know. I hate. Why do you think he's off the show?
I know.
Is that why you got
know.
rid of him?
No, I'm kidding.
That is
Like he listens. He's not gonna get mad. I
He's
know.
never gonna hear it.
He doesn't
Who's
remember us.
Exactly.
He moved to DC and now he's just forgotten. He's
Yeah,
like, what podcast?
Going
Who
to
are
underwear
you?"
parties.
I
He doesn't
know,
have time
and
for
who
us
knows
anymore.
what else?
I know.
I know, lazy Susan. Everybody gets a turn.
Oh, and the other, so that is one major carol I have. Don't go fucking posting shit about, Edie and I, inclusion, diversity, equity, when you don't do your research, you don't actually try to promote change in a positive way. Instead, you attack. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, if you're working out at the gym and you're on FaceTime, you should be murdered.
I have seen that. That
I
is
fucking
super
hate
weird.
that.
I hate
You
that.
see, and it's all. Sorry, I can't. I have no patience for
How would
that
you
at the
murder
gym.
them?
With their cell phone.
With their cell phone,
Throw
smash
it out.
their face in it. There. You'll see those girls on the treadmills,
Yeah.
and they just have their phone and they're on FaceTime and talk. I'm like, fuck, I don't. And I'm right behind.
You
I'm
know
like,
what
I don't
I
want to
wanna
be
do?
on that call with you.
I did not consent to be
Yeah,
in this.
I did not
frame.
consent.
You know what
feel
you need to do,
attacked.
Manny? You need to showgirl them. Walk up behind them with
Throw a towel.
Dad, throw a couple beads on the treadmill.
There you go.
And then it's just your face, and you're like, "This call is over.
This
That's
call
it.
is over. I'm
You've
done.
been disconnected.
Do you have a Carol?
I
Eric?
do. So we oftentimes complain about straight girls who don't know how to act appropriately in our spaces.
Yes.
I'm actually gonna Carol of the Week. Very awkward straight guys. So you have two kinds that I see often. The one who is overly handsy and doesn't know how to control themselves, and is
Straight guys?
very loud. Yes, they're very loud, very handsy,
Yes.
over the top. Or you have the other one who's hugging onto his girlfriend so
So
tight
tight,
that
yeah.
Yeah.
she's literally gonna stop breathing at any moment because he won't let go of
Because
her.
he's so scared.
And they're so awkward, and just
Oh,
stop
God,
being awkward in our spaces.
It's they have to hey, I'm so cool with the gayness.
Yeah.
Or I am not cool. It's
Yeah.
one or the other. It's
Yeah.
not a nice
You fall in
medium.
two categories.
Yeah.
That's it.
You made me think of something. I'm going back. So the play that's going on at Second Stage to my girls, there's something that the playwright had said about that show is over the last few years, the LGBTQT community, we've lost our spaces. You know,
Yeah.
theater
Yeah.
used to be such and it's not. And Palm Springs was and it's not.
not.
And you just reminded me of that our community has slowly started losing the spaces
Yeah.
that we created and occupied.
Yeah, a lot of
and it's
our
sad.
brunches are now just like
And you reminded
sorority
me
girls,
sorority
like-
girls, and you
Yeah.
know that we want to be inclusive, but we are sacrificing the spaces, our safe spaces in the LGBT community.
But
Yeah.
that brings
and
up
how do we regain that?
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
do we get that back?
But the other thing is, do we even need them? Because
yeah, do we even need them?
because the younger generations have Grinder and Scruff.
Yeah.
Well, that was
Tinder.
the
Is
other
it
thing. I was reading
necessary?
an article that said right now in America there are more LGBTQ plus identifying people ever due to Gen Zs because they have been so open about it
and fluid.
and fluid. How I look at it, I think that's great, but you also have to remember outside of the U.S. there is still a lot of countries where being
Exactly.
gay
Yeah.
is you will
Yeah.
get killed for it.
Yep.
So we are very privileged here in America
Yes.
And
to live the way we do, especially in San Diego and in New York.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But even here, like I'm sure there's places in the Midwest that it's still not okay. You know what I mean?
And I think we do need those spaces. I
do
think they're
too.
very important to our community to have those safe spaces
Yeah.
that are ours. Granted, we live in cities where we don't really have to worry about, but in the somewhere in a small town, in the Midwest, there's a gay person out there who doesn't have that space.
Yeah.
And that's why I think there's so much value in it. And over the last years, they've slowly
Yeah.
sort
It's
of
true.
been taken away.
And I know here in San Diego, we've lost a lot of gay bars over the
Yeah.
last
Yeah.
couple years. But I do see it even in our community, like the brunches and all of that.
Yeah.
It's
The bridal parties.
The
are
bridal
like,
part.
oh.
And it's if you're straight and you're entering those spaces, enter it with respect.
Yeah.
Like
That's
you
the
are a
key.
guest
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
You are a guest, and you need to be respectful.
Yeah.
You
And-
need to remember that.
And the other weird compound to it is that our drinks are so strong and the
Yeah.
pour is so heavy
Yeah.
that these very skinny girls are not used to that kind of drink, and so they get very drunk very quickly and become very messy.
Yeah.
Some of it not entirely their fault because
Yeah.
they're not aware that drink is so strong. Like
Yeah.
some
I've
of it,
seen it happen
Yeah.
so many times.
Yeah.
So many times.
And-
but with so for the other side of it, I know people are going, well, shouldn't you want the inclusion? Everybody should be welcome, just like when they had the cis straight man on Drag Race.
Right.
And everybody's like, drag is all inclusive. So shouldn't the gay community be all inclusive, the LGBTQ plus community be all inclusive? You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
yeah,
So there's that argument to it. too,
Yeah,
that
and it
people say.
should, but
but be
it's
respectful.
done with respect.
Yes.
It's that is how it's done. And when we have drunk girls come into our space and they're drunk, they get very handsy. If
Oh,
it was
yeah.
the other way around, there'd be no tolerance for it. So
Exactly.
why is that allowed? You
Yeah,
know?
I mean,
So
I don't get handsy when I go into the gas lamp.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe I do a little bit, but
it'd be
He gets handsy with himself in the corner, in the dark. I've seen him.
it's true.
We're like, Eric, you're not on a date with yourself. Stop it. This is not the time or
Put it
place.
away.
Put it away. Nobody wants to see that. This isn't your OnlyFans. God damn it.
Literally, my only fan is
Only
me.
is you.
Just me.
you.
Oh, I
Your
came, with,
one subscriber is you.
I came with a joke today.
Oh, finally, she showed up. But I agree with the queer spaces. Kind
Yeah.
of need to
Yeah.
be queer spaces.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I agree.
I mean, for me personally, every boyfriend I've ever had except for one, I've pretty much met in person, and I've
Yeah.
met them in a queer space or like through interacting in the city. So I don't know. Apps for me are not the solution, even though I'm all over them and I use them. And
You know what's funny
Yeah.
about the apps? I think the Gen Z generation, they do not know how to interact in person.
yeah,
It's
I would
so
agree.
bizarre. We grew up in
Yeah.
a generation before all of that, and we're the last generation. X is like the last generation that was before cell phones
Yeah.
and Facebook and social media.
Yeah.
So and especially millennials and Gen X, I think, we remember how it was to go to a bar and actually have conversation to meet somebody.
And hit on someone.
Yeah.
Like, you had to, like,
Yeah.
they're
I
so
see
awkward with that.
the younger that just don't have the same social. And it sounds
Yeah, they
so
don't have
horrible.
social skills.
Yeah.
So
That is
horrible
exactly
to say,
what it is.
But because they're always on the phone or they're always on the app, so
Yeah.
they don't.
They
I
don't
don't know.
need-
It's
they
just
don't need
so
it.
fascinating
They
to
don't.
me. Like I don't.
Yeah, I don't know.
The art of small talk is gone.
Yeah. But on the other hand, I'm also horrible on the apps because I'm like, if you don't keep my attention, I'm gonna stop talking.
That's
to you
my
right
Carol.
away.
Is people on the apps who have a laundry list of you need to do this. Don't tap me. Don't do this. Don't, and I'm like, everything you just told me not to do, I'm gonna do. You're welcome.
You are definitely like back on the apps if you like notice
Oh.
how annoying those
it
things
is
are.
so annoying.
The one of the no taps thing is like the most annoying
I
thing I
hate
see,
that.
and I love to tap them on purpose.
do too. When they say don't tap, and I'm like, a tap is a compliment. You
Yeah.
stuck up son of a bitch. You should be like, thank you for saying I'm hot and even paying attention to me, or even
Yes.
saying hi, you piece of shit. Oh, don't get me started with
Tell
those
us how you
people.
really feel.
And
Tim.
I will tap you. Wait till the next day.
24
Tap you
hours.
again. Wait till the next day. Tap you again just to piss
Until
you off.
you get
because
blocked.
Until you
yeah,
get blocked. you don't
because
watch
you
anymore.
told me not to. Don't tell me what to do. Don't tell me not to tap. If I want to tap, I will tap. God damn it.
Oh,
Jeez. Wow. I just hate.
She's got feelings.
she's got a Carol this week for sure.
got a big old Carol. This
it's not
week.
just a tap. You see the laundry list of like, I'm just
Yeah,
like, oh
of
my
what they're
God.
looking for and what they
You
have
are
to have.
not that important. People really don't care.
Yeah.
They really don't. Just like
Mine's
chill
very
out.
vague, and I'm like, I leave it on purpose so that you can actually
Actually
make
talk,
conversation with
yeah.
me and ask me about some of the things I like.
I have a laundry list, so no I'm kidding.
You're like, here it is.
Here it is. Mine is like, just have a heartbeat, breathe. I'll be fine. Wow.
Maybe.
Hey, you know
That's mine.
I know.
Stop reciting mine out loud.
I mean, a corpse on a cold night is fine. I don't know. I mean, at this point. Oh my God! But that is our carols of the week, everybody.
Wow.
We did
Wow,
it.
good. Good times.
Good times. Good times.
What is this NPR
I
now?
know. All right, that is our show this week. Manny, how do people find you if they want to follow you?
Oh God, how do people?
I know. You're not very big on social.
No,
You're not.
I'm just too busy. Oh my gosh.
Bullshit.
No. What is my?
Do you
I
want me
don't
to
even
say
know
yours?
what
Isn't
is
it
my
Manny No
Instagram?
Fanny?
Yes, I think you're
I
right.
don't know
I don't
why I
even
know
know
that.
what my Instagram.
I know, Manny, no Fanny.
Yeah.
Manny No Fatty on
What
Instagram.
is the podcast that you're listening to? We were talking
Oh
about it
yes.
before. Give it a plug.
I was talking to these two yahoos during the break
Yahoo!
about
Do you
a
remember
great. Stupid.
She's drunk
So
again.
stupid. A great podcast that I am inspired by called Work Life with
Yeah.
Adam Grant. Go listen to it. He talks about psychological safety in the workplace, bias, privilege, all of those things. He talks with some great people. Go listen to that podcast.
There you
That's
go.
my
Love
point. And get his books. He's amazing.
After you subscribe to our podcast.
Yeah. After this one, subscribe to this
Yes.
one.
Eric, how do people find you?
You can find me ignoring you on the apps, or you can find me on Instagram at Daddy Bear Eric.
Or he's tapping you on
Or
that.
tapping
tapping.
you. Yeah.
You can follow me. It's Tony_Baloney_Macaroni on
Instagram.
Instagram and all everywhere else. You can follow the show at Who Invited Her _podcast on Instagram. We are Who Invited Her SD on Twitter and Facebook. You can email us at thegang@whoinvitedher.net. We love hearing from you. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Leave a comment about anything you heard on the show today. And if you want, give us a call, 619-822-2369. Leave us a voicemail about anything you want, how shitty we are or how great we are, and we will play it on the air.
Do you actually get calls?
Honest to God, I have not listened to it.
You should.
I know. I haven't checked it.
You always
in
say
months.
that, and then I'm like, They never play calls.
I
I
haven't
want to hear
checked
people
it.
yell at you.
I know. I haven't
Or
checked
like
it.
whatever.
I'll
say
have to
whatever.
check it.
Yeah.
I'll see if anybody even actually. They're probably like, "What do we?"
What if
say?"
there's like 30 voicemails?
that I just have not? I forget. I'm old. I
Yeah.
forget. I gotta check it. I will check it and see if anybody has left us any messages.
Yes.
But you guys, we will be back next week with San Diego drag queen who I've been wanting to get on the show. Adonis Illusion is going to
Oh.
be on the show.
So
Spill it
great.
to tea.
Yes.
I know. I've been talking to Eric about it. I've been wanting to get her on the show for a while because I love her Instagram. I've seen her perform around San Diego, and she
Yeah.
is hilarious.
Watching her on the mic at Stunt was
it's
so
so
amazing.
good.
Yes.
So she will be on next week's episode. I'm very excited about that. But thank you, Manny,
Yeah.
sister, for
Welcome.
joining
Thanks,
us.
Manny.
Yes. Go see Broadway.
Go see
see a show.
Broadway.
Support your local theater.
There you go.
Yes.
And that is it for us, everybody. We will see you next week. Bye.